Going on, guys? Bitch, we back again with another video. Grip, bow, bow, bow.
Pop, 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 pop,
Oh,
pop, pop,
yo.
pop. You know the
Why
vibes.
is he tweaking, bro? Like,
Yo, I got this just for this video right here.
put
You know what
that
I'm saying?
away.
Yo.
It's the FBL, not Nerf Wars, bro. Put that down. We're not on the field. We're not playing Call of Duty. We're not playing Halo. We're not shooting the Pokemon. We are not shooting the Pokemon.
I put it away. I put it away.
We're shooting the coaches straight to your head.
Hey, yo.
Facts.
Right.
Whoever got clapped this week, we saw it. We saw the both sides of every single battle. No, we saw at least one side. That's what I meant to say. We saw at least one side of every single battle this week. The FBL power rankings. This is the update after week 0, the preseason power rankings. So we out here after week 1 with the power rankings.
Let me just say before we get into it, to the coaches who have not been uploading,
Hey yo,
we know who y'all are. Alright, I'm just saying this right now. Because I don't want to hear nothing when playoffs come around. Yeah, I'm in the playoffs, right? And then all of a sudden your opponent gets a bye and you wondering why.
You just don't.
Just remember, bro. Just remember, bro. We were humbly asking and y'all simply upload a video.
There's one. Y'all don't even gotta do any editing, bro. Just put up. I don't care, the raw footage. Y'all can literally put the battle, no commentary, no audio at all.
Let me say some in addition. Regwin went out of her way to put an amazing effort to make sure y'all saw her side of the battle.
Not the
Southside, shame on you.
You guys went here. She went crazy. She went crazy. But
So we respect the effort of those who are trying. The rest of you, please do try harder.
Oh nah.
Alright. So like Bishmi said, post week 1 power rankings updates via, well, I would say via, done by taking into account the differential, the matchup between the previous power rankings, meaning like if 14 faced 1 or 3 faced 5 and then like 6 faced 7, like, you know, the loss to win ratio was more heavily weighted in the bigger gap, obviously, because that team, according to Bishmi and I, might have had a way better chance or a way less chance of showing up in the battle.
Right. There's a lot of other things that went into factor, talking about the coach's skill, play style, team prep, and like he said, the power rankings, what is it? The ratings before, and also like possibilities. And like in the battle, like what could have went different, which has to just go into like team prep at that point.
When Bishmi says also that the coach's individual skill is taken into account, or their play that you saw, I want you guys to remember we're not talking about their individual CCS rank, and we're not talking about the skill or whatever they displayed prior to this league. We're talking about literally how did this week's individual play or skill affect the previous ranking before this match that Bishmi and I like ended out. That's it. Nothing else mattered. So, you know, don't think that we're saying because you're a great battler and then, you know, you're sitting at like 2 and then you went up. But just saying, like it's kind of some of the movements are just like straight up logical.
Yes.
Because some of it seemed very stagnant, and then some of it was very, we want to say calculated, because Bishmi and I did sit in a call and like really discuss and do some quick maths, bro. Like we really did maths.
Like what makes sense and how this person should move, and you know, it was a lot went into it.
So some of you guys, I want y'all to take this personally, and then some of you guys just chill. It's not personal at all. Y'all know the vibes.
Facts.
With that being said, y'all ready to get into 14?
Oh no, 14. We got
come on.
Milwaukee Metachamps, coached by Gookie Gamer.
Gookie Gamer, yeah. You know
this one, what is it? What up, home dogs? Yeah, this move was strictly because the people who were ranked under him, well, like his previous rank was 12, obviously, because you see -2. The people under him had 1, and because he lost in this week, it only made sense to move him down.
Yes.
And like literally, like nothing, even about the battle, is like literally he lost. So, I mean,
his matchup last week though was kind of, there was a 7 spot differential. He played against Virginia Pressure coach TD0.
Yes.
The game wasn't based on the video, and I'll actually show it to you again, Bishmi. So remember, there was a lot of things about this battle that made me feel like he could have chose to do different things. When we're looking, for example, literally at the turn versus Excelger and Bronzong, right here, what do you think of when you see an Excelger, for example? Like, what comes to mind for you?
Probably Hazard's
knockoff, right?
U-turn.
Exactly. So like, it's either he's going for the safe lead because he wants to U-turn out and get into something that could take a hit because they led offensively and he's not ready to handle it, or he wants to swing a knockoff and potentially hit something's item or set up some hazards. In either of those scenarios, I don't think Bronzong was the mon to stay in.
To stay in on it, yeah.
That's just personally how I feel. You could trade the rocks, right? Which is okay. But now look at it this way: one of the mons who's gonna get hit by hardest by the rocks is already in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you kind of like letting him get a free turn. Yeah. Like he'd have to switch out, switch back into Excelger
in order for your
to feel the rocks, right? And then when you look at it, he's got
I like his Silvally Water in the back.
Yeah, he's got Silvally Water, Metagross. Or the other team, sorry. If he's
setting up the rocks. Okay,
yeah. The Excelger team, he's got Excelger, Metagross. Let me just look at it again. Sorry. Excelger, Metagross. Yeah, Rhyperior, Shifu, Ninetales. So it's really hitting just Ninetales and Excelger, really. Like, and the Excelger's already sitting in there, right? So. And the next thing is that, like, if you set it up on Bronzong per se, nobody's gonna switch in the Ninetales in front of the Bronzong because it can't hit it. It can't touch it. So the rocks in turn 1 in this scenario was not the best play. He had the Silvally right there, which in the scenario where he gets knocked off, like, he doesn't lose the item, right? And because it's the type play, and he wouldn't take the buff damage from the item drop. And then also Silvally gets defog.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was an optimal turn 1 for him, but I think he approached it in like a scenario like, you know, when you walk into a game or you haven't played all week or something, and you kind of just approach it like, let's just go with the flow, and then you really get into the game, and then you're like, yo, I need to do this, I need to do that.
Right.
Like, I think that, because that happens to me a lot, so I kind of recognize it. Me per se, I kind of think that's how he approached it, where
like the first
I can set my rocks,
like,
right?
Whatever, let me just get up rocks and
yeah.
And then it's like, dang, maybe I would have liked to have the item on Bronzong. You know, maybe like the leftovers would have made the difference in front of Metagross.
In front of Metagross, in front of Ninetales, in front of a couple of different mons, I think that the leftovers would have been pretty useful. What I was gonna say also, that you also can expect a Sash Excelger a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
because it's very frail.
It's frail as heck. Wouldn't you expect to maybe try to break the Sash or something?
Yeah, I think this battle was very neutral, and TD's was kind of in the no. Goki Gamer was in the driver's seat until his Clefable got paralyzed, because if not,
You mean frozen?
Oh yes, it got frozen because the Clef was kind of just standing there in front of everything, and the
Zero didn't have a real efficient way to deal with it. Yeah. But at that point, I think TD knew that was his only out, but his best chance. You know, so he went for it and he got it. Hey, it's part of the game that we play. All right, so like you said before, with the other players below him both picking up W's and them moving up, it just seemed like the obvious places for him to head down, obviously, logically.
Right.
With that being said, you ready to move into 13?
Yeah, 13. We got the Brooklyn Mantikes in New Wave.
Yo, we gotta play the intro on the screen, bro, for this part.
Nice.
We got it. Yo, Brooklyn, you know the vibes. Coach Nue. Coach Nue played me this week.
Yes.
Team Tempest.
I think Nue was also in a position where he was 10th, and the people under him had won.
He was 9th. He was 9th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, 9. So why do I have 3? Oh, so I'm tweaking. Yeah, I think I did just mess up there. Oh yeah, but he was 9th. But literally everybody under him had 1 also. So
yeah, he moved to. Oh, he moved to down to 4 spots then.
Okay.
Did he? Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, same with Gookie. Like when we looked at it, we were like, you know what? They both had lost where the other people had won, so it only makes sense to move them down.
Yeah, and my victory over Nue wasn't that commanding. I think really.
Oh yeah, it was a really close battle.
It was a close. And you agreed because you guys will see later on in another video. We decided it was a battle of the week. I know it seems kind of biased, but it's really not. Believe me, Bishme picked it.
Yes.
But it came down to kind of like one turn kind of decision making. And I don't want to go into it now because that's something for the video, the battle of the week video that we're gonna do.
Right.
But
I want to say Nue's prep though, the way he approached the battle, he definitely it was really.
He definitely recognized a lot of weaknesses in my team.
Yeah.
Yo, he definitely exploited a lot of like maneuverability weakness. Like there's no freaking choice banded V create switches.
Like no choice banded V create switches.
And
not
like
that much like what is it, pivot potential from your team outside of the team that you had brought.
Yeah, I literally only brought Zeraora with pivot.
With the volt switch. Yeah, so like anything that was in had to hard switch out.
Yep.
You
know? There's not too much I want to show from my battle. Like I said, and right now I'm not going to talk about it too much, but that's something we're going to go into the battle of the week. So that was more of a stagnant move down because, like Bishme said, he was below and ended up moving down just because the below him moved up, right?
And then here we go. This is where it really gets spicy with the -5 drop, the highest drop, like actually.
Alana Sabo.
Now this battle, I don't know, man. Among Us's file got corrupted. I don't know if you've been watching Moon Knight, but I made the joke a whole bunch of times where it seemed like he was winning. All of a sudden it cut and he was losing. Like I don't know. Like somebody took over, bro.
I had 4 bodies, bro. Well, we came back.
His
video is chopped up, yeah.
It was killing the last mon, and I was like, wait, what happened? And the battle is just like done. Like I said, Among Us. Other than that, both of them were kind of swinging. Among Us and his opponent, Roman Polions, which I'm actually gonna reveal now because they are the 11th spot. They moved up twice, and because we have both of them back to back, might as well just talk about it. And like I said, both of these battlers, trainers, coaches. There we go. Both the coaches, they were just swinging on each other.
For this battle, exactly what you're saying is something that I want to take a little clip and bring it on screen about, because like for Mungus, I've seen him battle really well, and then I mean, like, you see, like, for our group of friends who play, you know when they're like focused or when they're in their zone and when they're not.
Yes.
Like when you look at this matchup, right? So like when you look at this matchup, Chandelure, Swampert, Hydreigon, Tornadus, Serena, and Crawdon, right? When you're looking at this matchup, you know that your Bulu is very necessary.
Yes.
Super necessary.
You gotta keep. Yeah.
Like one way or another, he's got to deal with Crawdon at least.
Oh yeah, he hard walls Crawdon.
Yeah, if you look at the rest of the team, nothing's holding the banded or the life
even
orb.
If it was banded, just a banded knockoff.
Yeah, nothing's holding it other than really like maybe Crook resisting a little bit.
But like you don't even want to switch it to a crab hammer.
That's what I'm saying. You know, so like you needed this Bulu, so we established that, right? And here we go, turn 1, okay? And I'm gonna roll this clip for you guys. Turn 1, he's Bulu into Swampert, or Bulu versus Swampert. Now, you have to make a decision as a coach or a player how you want to approach this.
Yes, I think going
he
for
stands
the
in.
Was fine.
He stands in. He went for Horn Leech, but didn't expect a scarf.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you stood right in front of a quad effective move. You know? Did he come back to full? You can't even tell.
Yeah, you can't tell because he wanted to get it out early, so he just threw on the little border. But I think he got really lucky there. Apparently it was a roll, but then like literally after that, I don't know why he decided to let his Bulu died to the chandelier. That's where I think the fall was really necessary. Not really seeing that, not really like keeping his Bulu alive, because he does have that Crawdaunt in the back. It's kind of like, how else were you gonna deal with the Crawdaunt? Maybe he wanted to get off the burning boost from Hitmonlee, but I just honestly think he could have just saved it for a later turn.
He needed to save it. Yeah, you know? He needed to save it.
And he has a hard counter to Chandelure in Drampa.
He literally has Drampa, which blocks Shadow Ball, resists the fire, right?
The fire.
And if he wants to swing anything, he's gonna put him in Berserk. But he also has Arcanine. You know what I'm saying? Like, Arcanine is even a faster switch in, and he could have built a bulky, which I assume he did, but we don't know again, I think. Or we do know. But it had Rocky Helmet. Yeah. It was physically bulky. And, you know, he could have saved that Bulu to deal with the Crawdaunt, because in the end, Crawdaunt picks up 4 bodies in this game.
Yeah, Crawdaunt does go crazy.
So, you know, kind of a lackluster play from Coach Amoonguss right there. It is what it is. Maybe he's having an off day. Who knows? But I've definitely seen Amoonguss play better, and I know that he's aware and very knowledgeable when it comes to Pokemon. So, looking to see him improve for this week, though, we had to move him down 5 spots.
Yes. And shouts out to Roman Polion for getting that win, moving up 2 from 13 to 11.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're moving into the 10 spot.
Yes.
Another fall, we got New England Chartriots. Now, the New England Chartriots went up against the PWD's finest.
One of the top 3 seeded teams.
Yes, they were, what, 2? Yes.
They were 3.
Yeah, they were 3. Yeah.
And
before, the Chartriots were 8. So it was the 2nd seed versus the 8th seed. Now, in this battle, we did see something pretty nice where he was able to set up his Garchomp, also set up his Scrafty. Now, the only thing that really set apart this battle was that the Registeel came in on the Garchomp at +2 and just 8 Earthquakes for free, and he winded up losing the Garchomp. And then when he had Scrafty set up, where, you know, you think, oh, Scrafty's gonna go crazy,
which is this clip you'll see right now, actually.
Yeah, Scrafty actually ends up taking out Spectrier, and
after eating a Hyper Beam. Right?
Yeah, no, it was Scarf. Because
Scarf Hyper Beam.
I think the Chartriots had a great positioning to where they set up the webs, and then they set up the Dragon Dance Scrafty, which essentially should be faster than anything that's not Scarf. But then I think that once Arts realized what he was doing and he put that Weezing in front of him, it was like, well, how do we win this now?
Yep, that scene you guys just saw where Scrafty knocked off the Spectre, he was now +1 in speed and defense after a Dragon Dance.
Yes.
At this moment in time, you guys need to understand that Bishme and I are going freaking nuts because we think this thing is about to sweep, and we're like, whoa, how did he maneuver himself into this position with losing his Garchomp in that scenario, right? Because you figure that like a Scrafty +1/+1 is still gonna have its situations he can't deal with, but having the webs down and then coming in, maybe he could do some damage. But you figure Garchomp would have chipped things down, you know what I mean? Before, like you said, Garchomp had to trade itself against that Registeel at +2 defense after Iron Defense. Yep.
And it was Swords danced up.
Yeah. It had the SD to get it out, which is now means that it's a neutral hit, obviously. Yeah. Neutral stab Earthquake. But this part right here, we were shaking in our boots for Arts, man. Arts is our boy, but we were also just like, yo, he's about to take week 1 from this man.
I wanted this man to win, man. I wanted him to win.
Because I felt like he prepped well. I felt like he deserved it.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things that I didn't expect. You know, he brought Psychic on the Ribombee just for the Weezing matchup. And Arts was not expecting that. Took the Ribombee, took the hit, but unfortunately, you're gonna see this Scrafty go down to the Weezing because he's gonna be able to survive the hit at +1 because Weezing is just a monster.
Oh yeah, he Ice Punched him because he needed the coverage. He had knockoff, Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch.
Yep. So again, guys, Chartriots' move was more of like a stagnant neutral move just because he lost and other people moved it up. But he did play, I think, well for his matchup, and I think he did prep well. It's just that maybe if he had Dragon Dance one more time in front of that Spectrier, he would have had a better shot at winning the game.
Yes.
But other than that, like I said, he played well, and that's why he's going to be in 10 seed, just dropping 2 from his 8 seed spot,
Yep.
which was more of a neutral move. Going into 9, up 5 spots, a big jump. Boy, Southside Braves and the Nashville Nidoking. He played against Regwin, coach of the Utah Muse. She has the amazing core of Dragapult, Heatran, Feeny. In her matchup, because Southside didn't upload his end of the video, I'm gonna put it on screen for you guys. Don't mind her technical difficulty, guys. She still made it happen, so everybody could have this battle up to view it before next week. Yep, appreciate the effort. It is respected. And she definitely brought some predicted sets, but Southside did play around it very well, and you'll see this right. What was it here? Yeah, she went for Dragon Dance right here, I think, right? Yes.
Yeah, he put the Ferrothorn. Well, yeah, the Ferrothorn right in front of it.
Yes.
Now, I guess he might have known like she was gonna run physical to bring this in, you know, or maybe it was Akaberry to live a fire move to get a knockoff back. But like honestly, like I'm looking at it again, I'm like, why would he put that in? But like, it's not even. It's Rocky Helmet, right? Actually.
Yeah. See, this thing was prepped for physical mon. Rocky Helmet, Iron Bars. The thing is though, she really, I think if she had brought, like, for example, because you're Dragon Dancing, right? If she had brought a flamethrower, maybe
instead of Sucker Punch.
Yeah, instead of like Sucker Punch, like you said, because she Sucker Punched when she's already faster than the Ferrothorn to begin with, and she took Chip twice. And the Sucker Punch really wasn't worth. You could like look at the damage, it's like 30%, right?
Right.
And then she hit the Phantom Force. It's an obvious switch into the normal type. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But this is to showcase Nashville side. He played around it very well because a +1 Dragapult is a scary thing to have to deal with.
Of course.
So
shouts out to Southside to being able to play around it. But I also want to say shouts out to Southside's prep, which I think it has a little bit to do with the mon he drafted in Rotom Wash, which kind of just decimates her Feeny Heatran defensive core, and then just to have what the Snorlax, which is freaking Spadef wall, and then Ferrothorn physical wall, like those 3 mons were able to just beat Feeny, Heatran, and Dragapult, and like it was somewhat of the matchup, but then also the prep, because looking at it, he was like, I'm gonna use these mons to kind of stop what she wants to do, and then also have mons in the back that could handle anything else that she might also want to do.
Yeah, he definitely brought, like, I think Ferrothorn and Snorlax in a manner to play defensively against the Dragapult, and then the Rotom Wash was just there because Heatran and Feeny just have a hard time dealing with it. So it kind of those 3 mons right there, kind of, I don't want to say decimate, but put her Pokemon in a situation where they can't set up or they don't want to. You know, like you'll see getting the +1 didn't matter because she couldn't deal with the Ferrothorn. If she had Flamethrower instead of Second Punch, she could have Flamethrower twice. You know, but maybe just a lack of a little bit prep on her behalf. Not saying she didn't prep well, like she still did decently against the team. It's just that his team was fat, bro.
Yeah, his team was fat. It was hard to break, and he had the answers.
He played it right. He made the answers like feasible for the matchup. So, you know, shout out to Nashville Nidoking. That's why he moves up 5 places.
Yeah.
He beat the 4th place seed team out of 14th. There was a 10 difference roll. And in that, he's going to move up 5. It's a solid bounce. Looking forward to more matches out of him. Seeing him move up again. With that, let's run into 8.
Oh, not 8. Boom. Red Spark.
Bam. Red Spark. He was placed in the 6th seed before.
Yes. Delphin squared.
And he moved down 2 seeds. Very neutral move again. He played against I think he played against a Praetor, right?
Yes. Whoa,
yes.
Wow.
A Praetor picked up a pretty commanding victory, 5-0.
Oh.
But he's got a Shifu single strike, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. Oh.
It is the truth.
Yeah.
He does have a Shifu single strike. I mean, if he's not pumping out 5-0s and 6-0s, I mean, especially like I said, when I talk about this, bro, with the freaking Necrozma in the back, ready to answer anything that answers your Shifu. It's like, I don't know, but at surface value, that's what you look at the team and you think, right? And then the battle happens. I mean, we're talking about Apparator's side more because we do have his side uploaded. We don't have Delphin's, but the way Apparator approached the battle, his prep went kind of crazy. Again, you know, the prep from these coaches. Apparator had what, max special attack life orb Sylveon. I ran the calcs, nothing could hold it. He had a very cool Necrozma set with the Dragon Dance, and coverage for the Latios and pretty much the rest of the team with full-time guys there. And I forget the other move. I think it was another special one. And then with their Shifu in the back, like he really came to.
He had an X Scissor on that Necrozma.
Yeah, it was X Scissor for the Latios, Dragon Dance, Photon, and.
Yeah, I really liked his Necrozma set. The seeding was 6 for Red Spark and 10 for Apparator because we felt like Apparator didn't have too much on his team besides their Shifu, but he really made the Sylveon show up, as you guys see right here. Kind of forced. Yeah, he did. It forced the Coco out because you expect it to be specially defensive maybe, or just defensive in general. Forced the Coco out, and now Delphin brings in his Roserade thinking that it's not going to do that much, and then now there's Mystical Fire.
Oh yeah, and then on
he kind of I think he kind of like took a risk. He got lucky, but Delphin forgot about the the terrain.
I want to say that was a big mistake.
Delphin could have clicked Sludge Bomb and just smoked this thing.
Yes. I don't know if I actually don't know if Sylveon would have died because it has pretty high special defense and HP. But even so, like just going for the attack there would have been like the better play because you would have gotten the damage off and you would have seen like how it was built. Maybe you would have been able to come in and just kill it straight out the next turn for the revenge kill. So I want to say maybe like that was a big mistake for Delphin's side going for the Sleep Powder in the electric terrain too. Especially,
it set him back huge, bro.
And like even bringing Sleep Powder on Roserade, when you have Coco to set the electric terrain, like Sleep Powder on Roserade is a pretty common set. But when you have the electric terrain on your team, you know you can't be putting Pokemon to sleep.
Yeah. But he sets himself pretty far ahead, Delphin right here in these first like 3 turns.
Yeah.
And then her Shifu just kind of comes in and just does what her Shifu does. And then like his Necrozma set really caught me off guard too.
Yeah.
It was really I like this set. I think it was definitely clever.
I never knew that thing got Dragon Dance, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know either until this video. Like I knew people used to do like Autonomize with like Power Herb, right? Meteor Beam. You get the speed buff and then the 1 turn special attack buff. But I haven't seen this yet. This is the first time. So good job by Apparator. Very neutral in terms of movement for these two. Right now we're talking about Delphin though, just down 2.
Yeah, because we didn't want to drop him too much. You know, like we were talking about at the start, it had to do with just how placing everyone. You know, and obviously he lost, so we moved him down 2. Didn't want to throw him too far down. You never know,
like that battle was alright, but that 1 turn where he clicked Sleep Powder, that was just it. That was kind of like down 2.
Well, on to the 7th spot, we have Utah Muse, which is Regwin, where we already talked about the battle from Southside side, into where, you know, he kind of just had the matchup. Well, he didn't. Well, he had the prep. There we go. To where he could deal with her offensive threats. Also, like we said, she was 4th before she lost to the last place seed. So we moved her down, obviously. But, you know, that team is still pretty scary. This is kind of like saving it because we didn't want to drop her too far down because you never know what happens in the next couple weeks. You know,
she does have a good. She still has a good team. Yeah,
strong.
She has a lot of opportunities to come back up, but I think her move is justified.
Yes.
Yeah, we could just go into 6.
Yeah, go into 6, which is
Hey,
yo, chill.
I gotta give him a round of applause because I really dogged his team. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody dogged his team, but you know, like the coach is the person that shows up, right?
Yeah,
Not the Pokemon.
You know what happened when we pulled up on Sosa? We had to get a little stally. No offense to Sosa, but I'm not even sorry. Like I just knew what I had to do, and I played the way I played. Like I was 11th before, moved up 5 because I did beat the first seed, which is kind of like the move for Southside, in which he was down like 10 spots.
10.
He was down spots, so I moved up 5. Also Southside moved up 5. He was down 10 spots from the Utah Muse. And I want to say I didn't move up that high because if you did watch the battle, you can see Sosa had a setup Kyurem to where in the predicament, had I clicked a different move, he was kind of stalling me out because he had pressure, he had substitute, he had roost. To where like I came to stall him out, but because Kyurem wasn't toxic, he was able to just apply the pressure on all my PP moves. The only moves that I had to break sub, which is Flash Cannon on Magnezone and Brick Break on Licky. Now, look, as the battle kept going, I realized I was running out of PP, and if this kept going, I was gonna lose. So I got a lucky paralyze on Magnezone. Well, the Magnezone paralyzed the Kyurem, which is really lucky, and that put me in a predicament to where Kyurem couldn't just continuously click sub. But in that instance, if things could have went different, I think I would have lost that battle to the Kyurem. So that's why I don't move up too high. And other than that, the team, like overall, like Sosa's team is still just so scary. Like just prepping for it, and like just Kyurem itself. You saw what it did there. Like I said,
when I played your Kyurem, I was like, please don't hit Dragon Dance, please. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Like that thing is so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to add anything to it.
I think Sosa definitely could have played better.
Yes,
but I think he let Tilt get the better of him in this matchup. Because you, like you said, were playing really stally, and the thing is, people don't expect that out of you.
Right.
When they prep for a person's play, like part of prep is not only the physical matchup, it's also the mentality or the play style of the coach that you take into account. And like we all know each other, so you know I'm assuming he didn't expect it from you.
He didn't expect it.
And he brought a different team expecting that he would be able to get out ahead. Yeah. Like if you swung in the wrong moment, he'd be able to get out ahead of you with a sub or something. And the reality was you wasn't ready. You wasn't really caring about subs like that because you were just poisoning and paralyzing things. And hey, look, it's all part of the game we play. All right, it is what it is. But I think it kind of was an eye opener for Sosa, hoping he doesn't bring some type of shit like that versus me. Excuse my language, but I don't want to do it versus him, bro. Because Sosa can be petty when he needs to be petty, bro. I'm gonna say that right now. All of y'all could be petty, not the other guys. Part of the the few who we always deal with. They can be petty when they need to be, and I don't want them to do it versus me. But yo, good matchup. You kind of dominated in terms of the numbers, 5-0. But like you said, it came down to the scenario where you got the lucky paralyze, and playing more defensive got you ahead to where he couldn't really make an offensive push to win the game. And that's one way to win, but it's very faltery in a sense where like if something doesn't work out in your favor, the game could just flop.
You could just
like you said, you recognize the turns in yourself in your own battle, and it's important that you did because now you know what to not do if you ever meet playoffs again.
If I ever see him again, like I gotta be careful with that.
Yep. That being said, let's go into another big jump in the 5-spot jump. Oh, yep, we moved up our boy Praetor. He really commanded the victory with 5-0, and it was like offensive. Like he was not playing defensive.
He came to
like
swing,
I liked. He came to F shit up and leave, bro. Like straight up, and he did what he had to do. I mean, granted, Delphin did again misplay that one turn with the sleep powder in the electric terrain. Everybody makes honest mistakes. We're all human. It's not something that you're on top of in the scenario, because sometimes like we didn't expect Sylveon to be that offensive, right? So him probably not knowing what it is, because he just momentum swapped out with Coco. Him not knowing is like, okay, before I'm gonna figure out what this thing is, and then I'm gonna put it to sleep, because I at least know him faster. But he forgot. It happens. Look, I've clicked protect in front of a Urshifu before.
I've done that a couple times too. Yeah.
So look, it happens. It really happens. But his 5-0 victory against a person ranked 4 seeds ahead of him in our preseason power rankings is going to grant him a 5 place bump. Congrats, Prater. Good show this week.
And I just want to say, I also think because his win was literally the most commanding, like out of all the weeks. I mean, out of all the battles. I mean, I don't know if you agree, but like the way that it looked, like like you said, he came.
It looked like he was ready, bro.
Yeah, like he was in control of the battle, like and it was. I mean, obviously, we like to watch hyper offense and like just see it like clap a team, and like that's literally what happened.
Oh, this is why you said you picked it was down to, I think, these 2 games. Oh no, me and Arts' game for the battle of the week, because of the back and forth, like turn by turn kind of momentum or like control. But Apparator just controlled this one all the way, and for that we felt like it was a good battle, but in terms of entertaining, it was down to me and Arts for entertaining battles. That being said, again, congrats to Prater. Let's go to 4, which is a 3 seed drop. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious now. The only other team that's gonna drop, the LA Infernapes. Scary core, but the man got hacks, low key.
Low key, he did get hacks, you know.
So I felt like it wasn't it was numerically a substantial or a big defeat, but visually, based on the gameplay, it wasn't so bad to the point where I felt like he deserved a huge drop. But obviously he had to drop, like, because he has a dominating team. He could have played better, like straight up. He could have played better, right? But the way the turns went when that paralysis came down and carried him.
It was clipped.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then I just want to say, for like literally the top 3 seeds now, I'm gonna just run through them, because literally the reason why that they moved up was because the first seed moved down. Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, you could argue like maybe one of the top three should be on top of each other, but I mean, you're gonna have to prove that in the next couple of weeks. So in 3rd place we have VA Pressure. TDs, he did win his battle versus the Milwaukee Medichams, and above him we have PWD's Finest. They did win their battle versus the New England Chartriots. And a number 1 power rank seed for this week is the Team Tempest and Kiwi. I don't know why he's there, but somebody gonna have to take him out. You know, you got a gun for that.
Yo, I know all of y'all are gonna like uber prep for me this season. I know it already. But to VA Pressure, his battle, when you guys see it, it came down to him freezing the clef, like we talked about it earlier. And then that was one of the reasons why we didn't move him above the other 2. For PWD's Finest, Arts' battle versus Chartriots, it was looking a little rough for Arts.
Once he set up that Dragon Dance. Yeah, you know what? I might just drop Arts and Blau down to 3, because they did just let their Cinderace die. They thought they could sucker punch. They thought they could hit a quad, like, resisted attack and kill it when it was at like
that's what I'm saying. Like, you let a lot of things down before they maybe ran a calc like, to just say let me go in and wheezing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I can understand bringing Inspector to get it low.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then putting yourself in a scenario, but you also have the quad effective Strange team on like quad resistive scenario.
Quad resisted hits.
Wheezing, like you could just come in. But it was up to him to run the calc in that scenario. So that's why I didn't seed him higher than myself. And then you agreed in the end.
Yeah.
I felt that the difference in our battles was that mine was just more calculated. It was really turn by turn.
Yes.
Like I knew when I had to sack to come in and swing, as opposed to like Arts just
to where he was like
sacking his Cinderace with a sucker punch.
Yeah, he was like, oh, you know what? Let me throw out Cinderace. Oh, this didn't die. Dang. Let me see what Weezing talking about. Weezing lives. Oh wait, I could win the battle now.
Yeah, why did I just, But nevertheless, he did win, so he moved up, and that's why we said these 3 moves. The only difference that really affected this was for Pressure's move was because Utah Muse actually moved before.
Yes.
So I think that was the only other mistake we made. Virginia Pressure actually moved up 2, not one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So Virginia Pressure was like the difference between the other. Like there was a one difference in Mantike's and Pressure, and that was the two differences that kind of made it like match up in our head, but it wasn't accurate. So if we correct those, we're good now, which you did. So VA Pressure moved up 2 slots, and that's because Regwig moved down and Souza moved down. So his 5th seed bumped to 3. Those are very neutral moves. There's not higher to go, and it's like, I think if you see movement in the top, it's gonna be because at some point these teams match each other.
Yes.
And that's because their teams are just really dominating teams, and it comes down to who can out-prep really amongst each other
at that point.
Yep. But I do expect to see a lot of movement in the middle. I expect to see your team move. I expect to see, like, you know, Praetor put on a good show. I'm liking this Nashville Nidoking gameplay too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah. The Nashville Nidoking,
he seems like he's more into it. I mean, it's only week 1, but he seems like he's really into his prep, and like he's thinking about what to do and how to move around the battle. And I'm looking forward to see these guys play these teams, man.
Facts.
It was definitely a lot of upset. Like I didn't expect the Mungus to go down or.
Because I had some money on these battles, high key. So yeah, I mean, the way it turned out wasn't good for my pockets. That's all I'ma say.
It's kind of funny, guys. So with that being said, how do you feel about it? Just maybe we can wrap up this video.
Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Like I said before in the other videos, if you haven't already, check them out. Got with the power rankings video and the draft analysis ranking videos. Gonna have a lot more content off on this FBL channel.
Look forward to the battle of the week.
To the league, yes. Battle of the week coming up also, and then we also got some other rewards. Like coach of the week, battle of the week, mon of the week, and the pick'ems. So yeah, look out for those.
With that being said, guys, do like the video, subscribe to the channel. Yo, we growing fast already, bro. We got like 15 subs. Watch out.
Watch out. We're going crazy.
And check out the description down below. You're gonna see the Discord to the Final Battle League. If you are a fellow Draft League player or you want to get back into Draft League, Final Battle League is a place to do it. You head over there as soon as this season is done. You will find the application again. You just fill it out. Give us a little bit of information about yourself. Bishmi and I try to incorporate everyone. That's why you see for our first season we've even got 14 coaches. A lot of people don't like having that many coaches on one roster, but we said, F it, bro. We are trying to just make it a comfortable place for everyone to battle. The other thing is, at some point in time, Bishmi and I probably going to do more leagues, like a Dynamax league, and along with like Scarlet Violet
and stuff.
Yeah. And if you guys want to be a part of that, it's going to be there. Just join the Discord with the perma link or the infinite link. Say what up in the welcome. You guys want help prepping? Reach out to each other. If you like one way, one dude preps, hit them up. Be like, yo, you think this is valid? And we'll let you know.
Right.
We'll straight up let you know. We'll let you know our take on the matchups. It's about developing a community that just has fun playing the game together. That's all it is. That's all me and Bishmi want. Because, like I said, this is the competitive scene that we enjoy the most out of gaming, I think.
Yeah.
You know the vibe, right?
Oh,
End the video, right? Cue now, end. That's how I was gonna start this video, bro. Real talk. No judge, no funny shit. Huh? That's not it?
Do what you want, bro. Do what you want.
That's not the vibe?
Yo, do what you want, bro. Do what you want.
Alright, bet.
Do what you want.
Tell me when. Yo, you gotta put the lotion on, right? For your hands? Hey, yo, I was thinking about the same thing.
3,